I restarted it. I restarted the show, ladies and gentlemen. I have no problem restarting it. You know, if I gotta rebuild, if I gotta destroy and then rebuild, then you know what? That's what we gotta do. It is what it is. So I'll just say this once again.
If you're not happy here,
I'll
then you
just say
can
it
leave.
again.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
Yeah.
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time,
Yeah.
very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yeah. Right.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Thank you. You're back. So I restarted the show. We're gonna pick up where we left off. I'm not gonna do all that introductory stuff. All right. So how many of y'all know who this woman is in the background? Does anyone know who that is in the background? Someone said Erica Kirk. Oh yeah, you're right. You got it. Oh yeah, I remembered the word, Dame. It's zesty. Yeah, Dame. I'm zesty as all get out. Yeah. I love being zesty, especially, you go on a date and they be like, what's going on? I'll be like, I'm that zesty brother. Yeah. Don't hang out with the losers over there. They ain't got it. They broke over there. But me, I'm Mr. Zesty. So I'm going to add that because I'm actually the Rizzler. Yeah, Zesty Rizzler W. Kabir. Leather pants. I'm going to do it all. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it all because I can do that. I mean, a lot of brothers can't be it. No, hey, Dame, don't even try it. Because Dame will probably be out there trying to bite my style. Next thing you know, I'll be like, oh, look at Dame over there trying to be as zesty as Big Zeus because because it's dry where he's at. It's a drought. Yeah, it's a drought. But let me get back on topic. I just wanted to go ahead and own that. I don't mind being the zesty Rizzler for TikTok, ladies and gentlemen, and I might actually do something unique, and I might actually bring something to help re-emphasize that. I don't mind being anything, because as long as I'm never this. How about this, ladies and gentlemen? If they try to call you something, as long as they're not calling you MAGA, all right, and you're not sitting there dressed like this, you'll be okay, W. Zeus. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah. I would rather be Zesty Zeus, Zesty Rizzler, and all those things instead of being Blaga or whatever. Right, Kabir? Am I right? So, yeah. So, Erica Kirk, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to go through this just a little bit. It turns out she goes on to Fox News, and I guess Charlie Kirk has a book out coming out. And we're just going to listen to what Erica Kirk said, and then I'm going to get to judgment.
It is now out in bookstores around the country.
Yeah.
Stop in the name of God. Why honoring the Sabbath will transform your life. By the way, you can get it. You go to 45books.com. You can get a copy. It's also in bookstores around the country. Now, the book takes on the machine that we kind of look at it as modern life. You ever see somebody at a dinner table? They're like, everyone's looking at their own phone, right, Erica? We'll talk about that. It's a never-ending distraction for everybody, which which we all seem to be addicted to. Mm-hmm. This book is encouraging all of us one day a week to turn this off, to turn off electronics, learn to be present with our significant others, with our loved ones, with our children, and truly rest one day a week. God created the world.
So I guess Turning Point is now selling a 2025 version of the Bible? Is this what's going on? Because what I don't get, honestly, is what happened after Charlie Kirk lost his life. All right. It just seems like a well-oiled machine is running Turning Point, and Erica Kirk seems to be making sure every scenario, every situation she is in, she has the opportunity to make some money off of her husband's, life, right? How do you already have a book out? Before the year ended, and you're doing it right before Christmas time, so people are out trying to spend money. I mean, I'm listening to this and I'm just like, wow.
6 days he rested on the seventh, and to do that
they're comparing
in the
him
name
to
of God
Jesus.
and honor the Sabbath. Erica Kirk, the CEO of Turning Point USA, joins us now for this interview. It's so good to see you. I got to spend time with you earlier today.
I loved it.
You stuck with me twice.
We're stuck. Our whole team is all stuck together.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Mikey taking a million videos over there. Before we talk about the book, which is really, I think, can transform people's lives.
Absolutely.
How are you doing? How are the kids?
Doing the best you could expect. God is good, and we have the most amazing Turning Point USA family. They've rallied around myself, my children, and chosen family is everything. And then of course we're blessed with our family itself. But people like you, Ainsley, it's priceless. It's priceless.
Yeah, in other words, I'm sitting out here trying to figure out how to make the next money move, next power play. That's all I'm focused on right now. Yeah, whatever happened to Charlie, that happened, but I'm really out here focusing on getting my racks up. I get
Go
it.
through this period and
I know what
you
she's
have the
talking
shock of something like this happen.
Right.
Yeah.
We all try to relate to people. I don't know if you really could relate to this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there are moments where you just like, the reality hits you. He's not coming home.
Right. The permanency, I will always struggle with the permanency. It's a love.
I'll always struggle with the permanency, but it's nothing like 10 million hitting your bank account on a Tuesday, all right? Because that'll help wake your game up. I hear what Erica Kirk is really saying.
My life. I still talk to him every single day, as if when I'm getting ready in the morning, when I'm getting ready to go to bed, when I'm just going about my day.
Yeah. I'm going to one designer store to the next. I'm swiping left and right, and there's no limit to when I start to swipe because we got money like that. And every time I swipe my card, I keep thinking, Charlie, you really do love me, Charlie. I get what Erica Kirk is saying. I mean, I hope MAGA understands.
I still feel him so much with me.
Yeah.
And I just, again, the permanency will never, never settle.
Yeah. It's a lot permanent when you have the money coming in like this. I mean, she's writing books already. I can't believe this. They had actually fireworks at his so-called funeral, but there's fighting going on TikTok on internet about, what really happened to Kirk, and we'll get into that. I'll just play this last part, ladies and gentlemen, and this part should tell you everything you need to know about the book.
We're human. I mean, he's 31 years old.
Yeah.
And that's way more profound than I think anything I could say.
He did not just write this book, he lived it. So when you feel something so deeply and you've experienced it and you lived it, you want to be able to tell other people, look, this will change your life. I know it might sound simple, but sometimes the best answers are the most simple ones. It is truth. And our whole team knew on days where he didn't get a full Sabbath and did, because he just was so locked in, and he just, again, was the most incredible man. But this just took him to a whole new level. And it was in a way where you would look at him and be like, whatever you're doing, I want to do.
Now I've heard people say that line right there. See, that I have a hard time getting into the emotions of this, because when you say clever stuff like that, it just reminds me of a dark time in my life. When people say stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen, 9 times out of 10, that means whatever that person is on, it ain't no good, and you should leave it alone. Yeah. So she's telling on herself. Someone said run it back. I'll run it back. I'm like.
You would look at him and be like, whatever you're doing, I want to do. And he's like, here. And this is his final message. This is what I'm trying to express to people.
Here, you know what that is. What was he on? A perk or something? What was he on?
This is Charlie's last book. So people can write books all about my husband and what he believed and what he said and analyze his videos. These are his words. And when you read them, you feel him come to life.
So these are his words. When you read him, you feel him come to life. What is he, Jesus?
It's powerful.
It is very powerful, and it really caused me, as I read it, again, I read the whole thing.
This is the part that gets me.
And
I'll be honest, I can't read the last few pages. I'm not there yet. It's just emotionally, because once this book is...
She hasn't even read the last pages of the book, but she out here selling the book? You just told me you want it, whatever he's got, whatever he's doing, you want to do it. But you can't even read his words? And you're selling the word like it's Jesus. See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. If this was Shark Tank, I'd be like, yeah, obviously you're just here trying to get more money to keep your shopping spree and your spending habit going the way it's going. And I'm not in on it, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire, because I know a grifter when I see it. This doesn't seem like somebody that's actually mourning their husband. This looks like somebody that's actually looking for ways to exploit their husband All right, and figure out how to keep the shopping spree going, ladies and gentlemen. Join me in sending Erica Kirk, who needs to sit her behind down where she belongs, straight to hell.
Silence, you macadamia.
Yeah. So that's a huge W, Zeus. Yeah. No, the only thing they're mourning is that money, but they're figuring out a lot of creative ways to make that money. All right. And so I just wish these folks would honestly just call it what it is. All right. If you're online and you're using the, whatever you're using to make money, then you got to be straight up with people and be like, hey, y'all, I ain't with Donald Trump, all right? I'm not with all that. I'm just out here trying to make some money, all right? I think America would be a lot better if y'all just came clean, especially when you're getting funded by, Russia. I'll give you a good example of that. So this Tim Pool situation, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like him and Candace Owens are not seeing eye to eye on a lot of things. And he goes off on Candace. I'm not going to play it all, but these are two people who are on the right, and they're beefing. I believe the beef is because it looks to me like Candace Owens, she seems like somebody who's really mourning Charlie Kirk's loss way more than Erica Kirk, right? But I also realize what she's done is it's actually amazing. She's seen that fact that once Charlie Kirk disappeared, there's a void in the MAGA space, right? There's a huge void in the MAGA space, and everyone out there that knows, they're going, well, who's going to take that void? Who's going to be the next voice? And I think, and she's really calculated. She looked at the competition and she says, oh, they don't got nothing on Candace. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to really do what needs to be done to fill that void. And if that means dropping off these jokers, she doesn't mind doing it. And so she's calling it out like she sees it. I don't trust Candace at all, but I think what she's doing is effective because she got these boys panicking. She got some panic, and listen to what Tim Pool said about Candace Owens. And I said, wow, is this acceptable, ladies? Is this acceptable?
Evil scumbag. Candace Owens is a fucking evil scumbag.
Oh.
She is a degenerate cunt.
Oh.
She is burning everything down.
Oh.
And she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you fucking told me? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. Wow. She's making everyone else suffer. Oh. And all of these fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. Oh. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these fucking messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me like I did something for you as you cower. Oh. As you fucking cower. Scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination. Oh. Which he's doing to me right fucking now.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm fucking done with these people.
She has security, just not on the level here.
Oh yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a suburban neighborhood with neighbors. She doesn't give two fucking shits. No one's out for her. She's lying about all of this. You told me you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy. And she doesn't give a shit about her security. Wow. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my fucking property and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got fucking strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who trying to live there. How the fuck am I even supposed to sell this property? And you know, it's.
I gotta stop him right there. So that's somebody that's in the cult, and he's lashing out at Candace Owens. Yeah, and I say this to the conservative women. Do you understand? Y'all created this. You conservative women, yeah. Y'all allow these angry men out there to talk to you like this, and then it snowballs and it escalates, and now you got a problem on your hands. So that's why I say y'all gotta quit pretending like y'all are okay with this, because that's not alpha behavior with me. That's not alpha behavior to me. That's weak man behavior. And he's been exposed because everyone sees that Donald Trump is basically taking advantage of all of you Trump voters. Yeah. So instead of using this is what I say. Instead of taking that anger out on a real man, right? He should confront Donald Trump. Hey, Donald Trump. It's because you lied about delivering on all your campaign promises that I'm out here looking like a plumb dumb fool. Or as Zeus likes to say, a clown. You got me out here looking bad, Donald Trump. I'm done. He won't say that to Donald Trump. because he's scared of Donald Trump, because he knows what Donald Trump will do. He'll put a tweet out and then that's it. You saw what he did to Marjorie Taylor Greene. So what does he do? Like a typical weak man, he looks for a softer target. And who? A woman, Candace Owens. Oh, we're a long way away from y'all being alphas. You got to go after Candace Owens as a black woman at that. I mean, I don't like her, but it's just so interesting. The people that MAGA choose to attack. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a woman. Y'all will attack the women who got you where you are. This is why I say something is really wrong with the man mind inside of the MAGA cult. You'll attack the women that have been your road dogs. They've been holding you down. You'll attack them because you are too cowardly and weak to go ahead and look at Donald Trump in his eyes and say what Big Zeus has been saying. What does Big Zeus say? Hey, Donald Trump, you're a demon. Yeah, you're an evil individual. You're evil, and I see it all over. And I'm not with the program. I'm never going to give you my vote, Donald Trump. Never. Look at this. You see the difference between me and you, most of you MAGA men, is this. Look, I haven't done that in a while. No strings attached. I, unlike you, am not a hand puppet. I can tell Joe Biden, hey, Joe Biden, you ain't going to get my vote. I can tell Kamala Harris, you ain't getting my vote acting like that. I could say that because I am not in the cult. I haven't drank the Kool-Aid, so to speak. So what I'm going to do is this. Let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire because this is why I call them clowns. Once you sip of that cup of that Kool-Aid, that Fool-Aid, you're a done deal. You don't belong to yourself. You belong to Donald Trump. So guess what that means, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go ahead and send these Trump voters who still don't believe fat meat is greasy, and they're still going to say it's corruption on both sides, because that's the only way it makes sense to them. Join me in sending them straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
If your feelings are getting hurt right now as I'm doing this show, another friendly reminder.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too.
Yeah.
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, good. So I don't want y'all in here crying and being all in y'all feelings because I'm just showing you who your dear leader is, all right? If you can't handle the heat, then get out of the kitchen. But I'm going to keep talking about Donald Trump. I'm going to keep having TDS. All right, W. Rick? I'm going to keep being zesty. I'm going to keep being a nerd. I'm going to be locked in, all right? Because I'm not the one grifting. I'm not the one making money off of Charlie Kirk like you. I'm not the one out here playing and pretending like you. I'm actually giving you information you can go look up and verify. Let's move on to my next topic.
After saying he would...
And this happened yesterday as a result of an amazing, outstanding journalist, ladies and gentlemen. She caught Donald Trump yesterday in a lie, all right? And I posted a video about it, all right? But Donald Trump is... First, you could go ahead and release the video footage of, Secretary of War Crimes, right? Pete Kegsbreth, and then he changed his mind and said, oh no, I never said that. And we caught him once again lying to the American people.
Backtracking after saying he would release whatever video existed from a follow-up strike on an alleged drug smuggling boat that killed 2 survivors back in September. This amid allegations that the strike was illegal and growing calls to make the video public. The president now says he's leaving the decision to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Rachel has more from the White House.
Maggie, the Pentagon, the Trump administration has released 22 videos of deadly strikes on alleged drug boats, but they are not committing to releasing the video of that second strike on September 2nd off the coast of Venezuela. The president originally said that he would have no problem with releasing that full video.
You released video of that first boat strike on September 2nd, but not the second video. Will you release video of that strike so that the American people can see for themselves what happened?
I don't know what they have, but whatever they have, we certainly release. No problem.
But Hegseth said it was under review, so I asked the president if he was going to order Hegseth to release the video, and he backtracked.
Mr. President, you said you would have no problem with releasing the full video of that strike on September 2nd off the coast of Venezuela. Secretary Hegseth now says...
I didn't say that.
You said that. I didn't say that. This is ABC fake news.
You said that you would have no problem releasing the full video. Okay, well, Secretary Hegseth...
No, whatever Pete Hegseth wants to do is okay.
Boom, boom, boom. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump caught lying about releasing the evidence of what we all suspect could be real war crimes. Yeah, you're right, Cindy, real war crimes. And I just couldn't help but ask myself, what would the Trump voters do if Joe Biden or Barack Obama did that? What would MAGA do? They would be ready to commit a mutiny. They would do January 6th all over again if Joe Biden was to do something like that. Impeach, yeah. Oh, Jim Jordan and James Comer, they would, we're going to do an investigation and they're going to get to the, they would do it. But, Takesha, you said maybe it's his dementia. Okay, Takesha, you're twisting my arm. What would MAGA do if Joe Biden had dementia like Trump and did something like that, lied and said, we're going to release the footage, and then turned around and said, I never said that? Would MAGA turn around and say, oh, well, he's an old guy. We understand. Either way it goes, right, Takesha? If it's dementia, we got a huge problem, because now I'm going, well, who's running the country? Who's signing off on all these pardons, right? That's what we would have to do if it's dementia. If it's not dementia, then guess what it is? It's a stone cold lie, like Governor Gavin Newsom said. Remember Governor Gavin Newsom? Remember the fires that happened out here, and Donald Trump lied, and then Governor Gavin Newsom said, I never had that call. That never happened. He's a stone cold liar. And you know what it could be? He's a stone cold liar with dementia. That's cool. That's it. I never thought of that, but he could be a stone cold liar with dementia. Okay. Well, so what we'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't got all day to play around with it. Join me in warming up the lake of fire. We have a serious evil demon in the country of the United States of America. A stone cold liar with dementia. You don't know what way is up or down. You don't know what's left or right with this man, right? W, lady boss. Wow. And I got my gift suspended. Wow. Join me in sending Donald Trump where he belongs, straight to hell. Wow.
Silence!
Wow.
You MAGA demon!
W Zeus. Oh, y'all really working overtime this morning. Y'all working overtime this morning. All right, well, then we'll just try to keep it moving, all right? We're going to move on to the next part of the show, and then we'll open up the box. I just wanted to cover this. Donald Trump yesterday, he did a pro-Russia interview with Politico, and we'll just go through some of it together, all right? I don't got all morning to do this. The first part of this interview starts with him saying that he believes Russia is actually in a stronger position when it comes to the conflict going on in Ukraine. So when you start a meeting out like this, you just know this is proof that I believe Putin knows what Donald Trump did with Bubba. This is what this sounds like to me. This is, when you listen to this, just keep in mind Putin is blackmailing Trump, and this is why Trump is really saying this stuff.
Your team has been going back and forth between Putin and Zelensky with various drafts of a peace deal. Which country right now is in the stronger negotiating position?
Well, there can be no question about it. It's Russia. It's a much bigger country. It's a war that should have never happened. Frankly, it wouldn't have happened if I were president.
Russia. This man is dangerous. Why is it Russia? Because it's a much bigger country? What kind of justification is that? So landmass determines which country is in a better position? See, again, MAGA, the same judgment that you use to judge Joe Biden, we're going to use it very liberally to judge your dear leader. And we keep exposing the fact that y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites. When are y'all going to call this stuff out? It's really sad that we got to do this as a country. So he bashes Zelensky this whole interview pretty much. We're gonna go ahead and skip up, and we're gonna start talking about his security policy that they released last month in November. There's a security policy that the Trump administration released, which is pro-Russia, really. And just listen to how the reporter catches Donald Trump once again showing his allegiance to Vladimir Putin.
Not doing a lot of things right in your view, and just
well, they can't be doing right because look what's happened.
Well, your administration just released a new national security strategy that sent shockwaves throughout Europe. The strategy says a key pillar of American foreign policy should be, quote, cultivating resistance to Europe's current trajectory within European nations. How much should European leaders prepare for your administration to push to reshape the continent's politics?
Well, Europe is a different place.
What do you mean by that?
And if it keeps going the way it's going, Europe will not be, in my opinion, many of those countries will not be viable countries any longer. Their immigration policy is a disaster. What they're doing with immigration is a disaster. We had a disaster coming, but I was able to stop it. You know, we have no people coming through our borders now. 0, 7 months. I mean, who would believe 0? We went from millions of people, in some cases millions of people a month, but millions of people to no people.
That's not what Europe looks like.
The opposite, yeah. I know Europe, they're coming in from all parts of the world, not just the Middle East. They're coming in from the Congo, tremendous numbers of people coming from the Congo. And even worse, they're coming from prisons of the Congo and many other countries. And for some reason, they want to be politically correct, which actually I think is the opposite of politically correct. But they want to be politically correct, and they don't want to send them back to where they came from. And Europe is, if you take a look at Paris, it's a much different place. I loved Paris. It's a much different place than it was. If you take a look at London, you have a mayor named Khan. He's a horrible mayor. He's an incompetent mayor, but he's a horrible, vicious, disgusting mayor. I think he's done a terrible job. London's a different place. I love London. I love London. And I hate to see it happen. You know, my roots are in Europe, as you know.
Right.
And I hate to see that happen. This is one of the great places in the world, and they're allowing people just to come in and unchecked, unvetted.
So how involved are you going to get? I mean, could we see you getting involved in European
I want to run the
elections, for
United
example?
States. I don't want to run Europe. I'm involved in Europe very much.
Might you endorse
NATO
candidates?
calls me daddy. I mean, I have a lot to say about it. Look.
NATO, he said, NATO calls me daddy. All that talk, all that jargon. I have honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to put you all through this, but what the heck was Donald Trump saying? What was he saying? Did it even make sense? All that to get to, well, NATO calls me daddy. No. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. What else does he do? All right, we'll go. I mean, listen to this. We'll skip ahead. This is so pro-Russia. This is so pro-Russia. He thinks he's Putin. He thinks he's Putin. Him and Putin are going to take over the world together like Pinky and the Brain.
You know, sir, it's sometimes hard to tell when you say these things. Do you intend to send kind of a message of tough love to our allies to push them to make reforms? Or do you think that many of them are just weak and you don't really want to be allies with them?
I think they're weak. But I also think that...
So he calls our allies. He thinks our allies in Europe are weak. Wow. Can you want to hear Melania? I mean, Rick, that's the same thing as listening to this, to be quite honest. Donald Trump is literally working for the Kremlin, right out of the White House. Whatever you need, Vlad, I'll do it for you. All right, I don't mind bashing the United States and destroying this country. I don't mind doing what I can to destroy Europe and weaken NATO. I don't mind. He actually went as far as to say he doesn't even think Ukraine should be in NATO. I mean, I'm listening to this and I'm sitting there going, where is he getting this from?
And everything else. And I said, you got to release him. And he did. He is, very different than a lot of the other leaders. But they have a hard time with him. But, they shouldn't really have a hard time.
Should NATO stop accepting new members? Should NATO end where it is now?
Well, there aren't that many left when you get right down to it, right? There aren't that many left. It was always, long before Putin, an understanding that Ukraine would not be going into NATO. This was long.
There you go. So long before Putin, Ukraine wouldn't be going into NATO. So in other words, he's doing Vladimir Putin's bidding in Europe, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump does not care about our allies. And I believe he's truly, truly compromised. And this interview is just more proof of that. He's obviously very upset that this reporter, she's from Ukraine and she's interviewing him and he knows it. And he's trying to play coy, but she's exposing him every single step of the way. I'll give you a good example of it, all right? So next thing you know, he starts bashing Zelensky.
Before Putin, in all fairness. And now they pushed, you know, when Zelensky first went in and first met Putin, he said, I want two things. I want Crimea back, and we're going to be a member of NATO. He didn't say it in a very nice way either, you know. He's a great salesman. I call him P.T. Barnum. You know who P.T. Barnum was? Right?
I do.
One of the great.
So he's calling Zelensky P.T. Barnum now. He's mocking Zelensky. And again, he's doing this because he doesn't want Putin to release the footage of him and Bubba.
On earth. He could sell any product at any time. That was his expression. I can sell any product at any time. It was true. He said, it doesn't matter whether it works or not. But he's P.T. Barnum. You know, he got crooked Joe Biden to give him $350 billion. And look what it got. It got him about 25% of his country is missing. And in all fairness to Biden, Obama gave away Crimea.
What?
That'll happen in 2014.
Obama, because Crimea was the heart. You know, I'm a real estate person at heart, right? I'm very good at real estate. And when I looked...
Does anybody believe President Obama gave away Crimea? Because I just want to make sure I didn't let that slide. Does anyone believe President Barack Obama gave away Crimea? Alter ego. You really do believe that? How did that happen, alter ego? Look at this. Alter ego, honestly, because I get it. I don't want you to be a Zeus cult member or anything, and I get it. You try to remain independent, but honestly, what evidence do you have that Barack Obama gave away? What evidence does anyone have that Obama gave away Crimea? Number one, it wasn't even his to give away. Y'all call Obama the deporter in chief. I mean, y'all put so much on the Democrats, but then at the same time, you'll turn around and do something and say, well, the Democrats did it. Do you understand how illogical that is? If you have a problem with the way somebody's doing something, right? Then you should be the exact opposite of that. You should represent the exact opposite. Don't beat a person up and say they're terrible, they're terrible, 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 terrible. Then we catch you doing something and you say, well, I'm only doing what that terrible person was doing. What does that make you look like? See, this is why I say America is getting I call it a whooping in a way. We have to get a whooping as a country in order to fix some of the stuff that's going on, because a lot of people, when you just sit down and talk to them, they have no clue how crazy they sound.
Every time I look at that map, I said, oh, this Crimea is so beautiful. Wow. It's surrounded on 4 sides by ocean. It's only got a little piece of land to get to, to the main.
What did he just say? What did he just say? Hold on, I didn't catch that. Hold on. Did he say Crimea is surrounded on 4 sides by the ocean?
Oh, this Crimea is so beautiful. Wow. It's surrounded on 4 sides by ocean. It's only got a little piece of land to get to, to the main. Well, I mean, Crimea is massive.
Wow.
But
wow. Does anybody agree with Donald Trump right there? Alter ego, you agree with him about that? Because does anyone agree with Donald Trump about that? Alter ego, do you? I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask him because you'd agree with him about everything else. Look, at any Trump voters out there agree with it. They don't want to. I thought so. I thought so. I thought so. I was a little concerned.
It connects the part of Ukraine that we talk about now through a small little jetty. It's 4 sides of ocean in the warmest part. It's got the best weather, best everything. And I know you are Ukrainian, and you know Ukraine very well.
So, ladies and gentlemen, he's saying Crimea, which is surrounded by the Black Sea. He's calling the Black Sea the ocean, and alter ego. I caught you saying you agree. I caught alter ego agreeing with Donald Trump that Crimea was surrounded by 4 sides of ocean. I just, how do you argue? How do you argue or even have conversations with anyone when they start out like that? When you start out like that, you know, they say how you start is how you finish, right? How you start is how you finish. If we starting off with you believing that, I'm just lost for words.
Obama forced them to give up Crimea. That was I remember when it happened, but I wasn't involved like I am now. You know, to the knowledge that I have now, I have great knowledge of Ukraine now. I have great knowledge of
really this conflict.
He just said he has great knowledge of Ukraine right now, after he's clearly shown he has no knowledge of it by saying it was surrounded by 4 oceans. By oceans on 4 sides.
Began back in 2014. People forget, long before the invasion of a few years ago.
Well, you know when this conflict really began? It was simmering for years, but when Obama gave up Crimea, that was a big thing.
I do want to ask...
and the reporter, she's not taking the bait. She knows better because she's Ukrainian. She knows, okay, he's crazy. I'm not going to entertain that. Let me try to change the subject. And Donald Trump... He knows the jig is up.
Agree with that? That was a big piece to give up. You are of Ukrainian descent.
That was a major... I mean, that was... I remember, you know, when I first moved to the United States, a lot of people didn't know what Ukraine even was. And it was in 2014 that people suddenly started to realize how significant geopolitically that area really is.
I'll just say, from the standpoint of beauty, weather, everything, Crimea is the warmest. It's just got such great potential. And Obama forced them. Obama did this. This is not Biden. Well, maybe he was involved, but I doubt it. He probably didn't know too much then either. He was never the brightest bulb. But, you know, Obama gave away. He made them give it away.
Well, I do think your approach to Europe is so different than any of your predecessors. And
I just want to see a strong Europe.
And this national security strategy, I mean, says a lot about the changes that you want.
But you have to understand. Here's my approach to Europe. I want to see a strong Europe. Mm-hmm. When they allow millions of people to pour into their countries, many of these people are committing tremendous crimes.
Yeah.
And again, look at Sweden. I'm not knocking Sweden. I love Sweden. I love the people of Sweden.
Yeah.
But they go from a crime-free country to a country that has a lot of crime now. Look at Germany. Germany was crime-free, and Angela made 2 big mistakes.
So, Germany was crime-free. I don't even know the statistics, but I'll say this: I seriously doubt there was any crime going on in Sweden and Germany. I seriously doubt there was no crime going on in Sweden and Germany for whatever window of time Donald Trump is imagining. Just like I doubt that there's oceans surrounding Crimea. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an unhinged, unserious, but very dangerous situation we're in as a country. Listening to this man, he's creating a reality that doesn't exist and talking about it like it's so real.
Immigration and energy, but those 2 are beauties.
Well, one country that is pleased with the change in strategy from the United States is Russia. A Kremlin spokesperson called the strategy document a, quote, positive step, and said the adjustments they're seeing are, quote, largely consistent with Moscow's vision. Do you think that's a good thing?
So, Trump, your national security strategy, it turns out Russia loves it. They love it, Donald. Do you think that's a good thing? Now, the obvious answer is absolutely not. And I need to go back and scrap it. Because if Russia loves it, we have a problem. That's the obvious answer. Anybody with a common sense and an IQ, they would know that. But let's listen to Donald Trump once again show us all that he's compromised by Putin.
Well, I think he'd like to see a weak Europe. And so, you know, to be honest with you, he's getting that. That has nothing to do with me.
But he thinks the changes that you're making and what you laid out in your vision for Europe is what Moscow wants to see.
I have no vision for Europe. All I want to see is a strong Europe. Look, I have a vision for the United States, America first. It's make America great again. I do explain to Europe because I think, you know, I'm supposed to be a very smart person. I have eyes. I have ears. I have knowledge. I have vast knowledge. I see what's happening. I get reports that you will never see. And I think it's horrible what's happening to Europe. I think it's endangering Europe as we know it. Europe could be a whole different place.
Your impact...
And I think the European people should do something about it.
Your impact does stretch far beyond...
So obviously, Donald Trump is going to do everything he can to hand over Europe to Putin. He doesn't care about our allies. And we got him on record being a Russian operative, a Russian agent. I could go play on more. I could play more. I could play the part where he's talking about Maduro's days are numbered. Yeah, it seems like he wants to get us into a war. And I'm sitting there going, well, isn't he the one that said if these wars would have never happened if he was president? Isn't he the one bragging and talking about he settled 8 wars? Well, then if you are the war settler, if you're the one that got the FIFA Peace Prize, right? He got a FIFA Peace Prize. Then why the heck are we even in a situation where we're going to go to war with Venezuela? W. Sassy. And then I'll do a little bit of this. This is the part of the interview where I just said I've had enough. He starts talking about we've had record profits this year, and you all have heard the same song. All right, you've heard the same song, and then we'll go to judgment. It doesn't take long.
Or some people call her Taylor Greene. Some people call her Taylor Brown.
Oh, here goes. Record profits.
I know that this week you're going back out on the trail, giving me flashbacks of covering your rallies here. You're hitting the road to talk about the economy. I wonder, sir, what grade would you give your economy right now?
Before I answer that, let me just tell you something. I've watched stupid people like Marjorie Trader Greene, or some people call her Taylor Greene, some people call her Taylor Brown. Because green sometimes turns to brown, which isn't nice. But I've watched her say that he spends too much time on foreign. Well, by doing that, and first of all, it doesn't take a lot of time. I made one trip. I brought back trillions of dollars on that one trip.
Oh, true.
I stopped in Japan. I stopped in South Korea. I met with President Xi and ended.
You went to the Middle East. I was on that trip.
Went to the Middle East. I brought back $3 trillion.
Has anyone out there gotten the $3 trillion that Donald Trump brought back? Any of you out there got the money that Donald Trump says he went and secured? He's landing bags. He said, basically Donald Trump says wherever he goes, bags start landing. If there's anyone out there that's been able to somehow reap the benefits of all these bags Trump's been landing, send Big Zeus a guest request and just come up here and testify on high how Donald Trump has blessed you, all right? Because I haven't seen any of this.
From the Middle East, I sold many Boeing airplanes on that trip.
Sold like airplanes?
300. When I go on a trip, I only have one place in mind. It's the United States. Okay. So when people with low IQs like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's a low IQ person. When she says it's too, but she was a loyal person until I wasn't able to answer her phone calls because I'm just too busy to answer people's phone calls. You can't call me 3 times a day.
Oh, you can't call him 3 times a day, but he can show post 400 times a day. You see how that relationship works? He's too busy. Hey, Marge, and any of you Trump voters, don't bother your dear leader. Don't bother Daddy because he's busy posting on social media all day. He got real work to do.
It's just, not appropriate when I have, over 200 congressmen, 53 senators, 212 countries. All of these people are calling, and a family.
Oh, he got a family, Marge. He has all these people in Congress he's owning. He's doing construction projects. He's posting on social media. And get this, he has a family, Marge. Seriously. 3 times? Who are you to call him 3 times? That's way too much. Wait! That's crossing the line. 3 times?
Actually, the family suffers. It's harder for me to call back the family. But
it's harder for him to call back the family. Wow.
You think of what I've done. Remember rare earth and the problem with magnets and all of these things that was going to shut down the whole world. I worked it out with President Xi. We have a good relationship. I worked it out with President Xi. Very favorable to the United States.
Does come back to the economy
wait a minute.
in the U.S., right?
You made a statement, though, that I devote too much time to outside of the United States. I've made a fortune for the United States by focusing on things.
To be clear, that's not my statement. That's just what some of your supporters and some others have said.
Well, then, I can't imagine their supporters because I made a fortune and spend very little time. All of my time is spent here. Most of my time is spent here. But when I do go outside, it's only going outside for instance, settling and solving the problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, The reason we are here is because she simply asked him, what would you give yourself in terms of a grade based on the economy? And he hasn't given us an answer. He's bashed Marjorie Taylor Greene. He's talking about all these trillions of dollars and stuff that he's supposedly brought in, how busy he is, but he won't give us an answer about what his grade is.
Problem with China, that has a huge effect in the United States. Making deals with Japan, South Korea, Indonesia, all of these countries, you're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars. So I guess I could say, let's not deal with anybody. We wouldn't have much of a country.
Well,
we wouldn't have much of an economy. We make a lot of money with these countries. Now, in the past, these countries all ripped us off. If you go back during Biden, if you go back during Obama, they were ripping us off like no country's ever been ripped off. That's why we owe $38 trillion. I mean, we owe it for a reason. But just remember, when we had a problem with China very recently, I was able to work that out.
Okay.
You don't work that out by not talking to people, by not answering to with the magnets, with the rare earth. It was a big
and you're
problem.
looking to have an impact here back home.
Well, no, impact. We would have been shut down. China would have been shut down. The whole world would have been shut down. So wait a minute. So some people would say, don't focus on anything outside of our border. I like that too. But I've made trillions and trillions of dollars and solved problems and solved wars.
No.
Do you know most of the wars that I solved were solved sitting behind the Oval Office desk on a telephone? I think those are worthy phone calls.
What is a grade?
Even if they didn't impact us to save millions of lives from another country, and if I can do that easily because I have an ability, are pretty good.
But I do want to talk about the economy, sir, here at home, and I wonder what grade you would give
A plus.
A plus.
Yeah, A plus 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 plus.
Well, it's in.
Whoa! 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 Did he say how many A pluses did he give himself? Whoa!
I wonder what grade you would give
A plus.
A plus.
Yeah, A plus 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 plus.
Well, it's interesting because I talked to
I'm done. I'm done with this man right here. I'm done with him. I know crazy folks when I see him. A plus. Stone cold liar, ladies and gentlemen. He looked her dead in her eye. A plus 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 plus. Yeah. Does anyone believe Donald Trump really deserves a quadruple, a quintuple A plus plus rating in terms of how he's managed the economy? Does anyone believe that? While the economy is in shambles, unemployment's trending up, inflation's trending up, our GDP is shrinking. You just have record small businesses shutting down, and he's giving himself an A plus rating. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't take long to do this. Join me. See, this is what I'm talking about. And MAGA won't hold him accountable, but I will. Join me in sending Donald Trump, who deserves all the Fs that a person can receive, all right, and just the lowest of the lowest, actually a 0 in some cases. Join me in sending Donald Trump straight to hell for lying about the results of the economy. It's not an A+, it's a total failure. Can't get me on that. Can't get me on it.
Silence!
Yeah.
You MAGA demon!
There you go. All right, I got to open up the box. I'm so sorry I'm running behind schedule, but you see what I'm doing. I'm doing an outstanding job. I'm so sorry to put you all through that, but I make it a point to put y'all through this bit of a training program together with me so that when you get out here and you're arguing with these demons, you can't allow them to pivot. It took him so long to just give us the lie that we all knew he was going to tell us. All right, so let's move it along. If you're a Trump voter, identify yourselves in the comment section. And I'll bring you up. If you've accidentally, you might want to check your devices. If you've accidentally sent me a guest request, why don't you go ahead and remove yourself from the queue? Because a lot of people, they might be tapping the screen, and you might be sending me a request on accident. Double check. Make sure you didn't send me a request on accident. But if you're a Trump voter out there, please get on in the box, put a 1 in the comment section, and I'll bring you right on up here. Yeah, it's a word salad, lady boss. Yeah, if you're a Trump voter, identify yourselves in the comment section. Dame, raise your hand, Uncle Tom. You said that about Brother Dame. Y'all come on, lighten up on Brother Dame. I'm doing an A++ job. Well, thank you. Yeah, they're too embarrassed. And Tara, they rightfully so. They should be embarrassed, but I'm not going to allow them to get to the point where they go, well, it's actually, it's on both sides, right? If they say that it's on both sides, I'm going to stop that lie right there. And then they go, well, what we should do is this. And I have to say this to MAGA. Stop it. I'm going to say this to MAGA. You don't have any ability to give us advice on how to get out of this mess we're currently in right now, MAGA. You don't. You don't. I get it. You understand that it ain't going the way you thought it would. When you make a mistake, you're not the first person that should be rushing to be in a position of leadership. You should sit your behinds down and start taking notes. A lot of y'all need to be out here taking notes, all right? Listening to what we've been trying to tell y'all, all right? Bow out gracefully, all right? I'm done with the cult. I ain't got energy for it. And you start turning into, all right, what does it take to build my credibility back up? Because no one believes you. You can't go like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She can't just all of a sudden pivot and go in a different direction. Because anybody with a brain would say, well, listen, Marge, why should we go in that direction that you're going now when you led us to this place we're at now? How do we know that the next destination you're taking us isn't just as ridiculous as this one? That's called critical thinking, all right? You Trump voters that are regretting your votes, y'all can't sit out here and do the two sides thing right now. Y'all can't do that. And I got to stop that lie. So if I ask you serious questions and you do not have the ability to just stay focused on what I'm talking about, I'm going to say to you, you know, this is a conversation you're not able and you're not mature enough to have. And I'm going to ask that you just, respectfully drop from my box. You're not in a position. All right, so please put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump voter, and I'll bring you right on up here. We don't got all morning, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have all morning. All right, let's bring up the first panelist, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who this is. Peggy, good morning, Peggy. How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Zeus. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What can I help you with this morning?
It was an accident. I was trying to scramble. I was scrambling around. Sorry.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, thank you so much, Peggy. I get it. See what I say? Y'all gotta check that guest. Y'all gotta check that guest request because sometimes you'll hop up in the queue and you don't even know you're here. All right, so make sure you're double checking that. All right. Do I have any Trump voters in the audience right now? Please identify yourselves. All right, before we turn this into. Oh, look at that! It's Lisa. See, Lisa, I told you. I knew I've ran into you before. All right, yeah. Identify yourselves in the comment section if you're a Trump voter and send me a guest request. And what I'll do is I'll get you in here and I'll get you out of here as quick as possible. And trust me, whatever I don't catch in terms of the lies and the misinformation, be on the lookout. There's folks in the audience listening to you and they might catch it. So it's always best to be as honest as possible. All right. Be as honest as you possibly can. And don't be afraid to say, you know what, Zeus? I don't know, because what we're really trying to accomplish, I'm off today. What time can you come? Are you a Trump voter? Okay, user, come on up here. You're a Trump voter? Nobody regrets voting for Trump. At least the country isn't closed like it was under Biden. Well, I'll tell you what, Angus, go look up how many small businesses have closed. Go look it up, Angus, and if you could, please come on back. All right, tell us all what happened to stores like Joanne. Tell us what happened to stores like, Forever 21. The list goes on and on. You know this? A lot of people are struggling right now to pay their utility bills. Yeah, they're actually forfeiting, and they're saying, you know what, I'll skip the bill this month because they got to move money around. And then the next month comes, and then you know what they do? They'll say, I'll put a little on it, but I still got to use the money to pay another bill. And so they might be on the verge of having their power cut off. And so, Angus, while you're sitting around here lying and saying that, the country isn't shut down, I got to remind you, well, there's a lot of different ways the country could shut down. And you could just do it one at a time. All right? Yeah, the country was never closed under Joe Biden. All right. And I've given the Trump voters a little bit of time to actually send me a guest request. And notice, ladies and gentlemen, none of them, as my good friend Brother Swervin likes to say, none of them have the testicular fortitude to get in the box. Uncle Z, Uncle Zach.
How you doing, Zeus?
I'm all right.
Yeah, I was tapping, man. I enjoy your show every day, man. When I'm at work, I have my headphones on and listen.
All right, brother, I got you. Don't worry, brother. I got you. I don't want you to get into trouble now, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat for Uncle Zach. There we go. All right. Good morning. Who do we have here? May. Good morning, May. How are you? Welcome to the show. Did you accidentally send me a guest request? Uh-oh. I thought, okay, accident. You know, I get it, you know. Let's see. Who do we have next, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we have next? Darlene, good morning. It might be. I told you, if you are in the guest request, I am going to say this. Make sure you didn't accidentally tap and send an invite, because then what happens is I end up bringing you up here, and then next thing you know, we're just stalling out trying to find some conversation. Oh, you were texting someone else user. Okay, I thought you were sending it to me. All right, go ahead. I'm trying to find some voices that I don't normally get to hear from, as well as some of the Trump voters. So we'll see what we got. Polo, are you there?
Oh yes, I'm new to this, but I wanted to see, can I pull a video up to show you how much stuff is left over from Black Friday? Like, I remember you and Dane was talking.
Yeah. You want to open up your camera?
Let me see.
Let me send you the request. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have real life information to share out. It looks like, Polo, what part of the country are you from?
North Carolina.
All right, shout out to North Carolina. So you saying you don't buy what Dane was selling? Okay, I can see you now. Let me go ahead and put you in the big box. Now.
There's a lot of stuff that's left over from Black Friday, and we got like trailers out here to fill them up because they can't fit inside the store. So I'm like, yo, when they talking about we spending money, ain't nobody spending no money.
Oh, wow.
I'm out here now trying to deal with it on how to store it.
Wow. Well, listen, brother, I don't want, okay, listen, now you done brought something to the kingdom that I can actually get into and talk about. All right, so listen up. I got to give you a round of applause. Number one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. You can turn the camera off now.
This is just one trailer.
Wow. So you're not buying that a bunch of people ran out there and bought up a bunch of stuff because you see the product. What are they gonna do with that? Do you know?
Kitchen knives, crock pot. If you ain't got no food, you don't need no crock pot or no knives.
Wow. W's in the chat for Polo. Well, listen.
They even now starting to mark it down even less than it was on Black Friday, just to get it out the building.
Wow. And so
they got to be taking a loss.
You're not buying that everybody went out there and just bought up all the stuff. You're not buying that at all because you're looking at that and you're going, wait a minute.
I deal with it every day.
Fair enough. Well, listen, Polo.
It's like, oh, go ahead.
I was going to thank you, but if you got something else to say, go ahead and say it, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the next guest because I think I value what you just did. All right, Polo.
I appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to move it on. You too, ladies and gentlemen. That's my good friend, brother Polo. He's somewhere in North Carolina. We can't say everything about it, but you saw what was there. A bunch of boxes, a bunch of goods that haven't been sold. And you just have to wonder how many places in the country look like that, right? We were told it was record profits. Again, you can't trust the numbers and information coming out of the Trump administration. You can't trust it. All right. Do we have any Trump voters out there? Go ahead, identify yourselves. Put a 1 in the comments section if you're a Trump voter. All right. Anybody else out there supporting Donald Trump, please identify yourselves. I mean, I do these shows all the time, and this is my favorite part when they go, oh, you know, Zeus, I can't handle it. I don't want to come up there. I don't want to come up there and actually get exposed for being a liar. All righty then. Let's see. Let's go. Record prices. Okay, there you go. All right, let's go. All right, moving along. All right, let's see. Tony, good morning.
Hey, what's up, Zeus?
Hey, how's it going? How can I help you?
Not much, man. I love your show. I watch it every single morning.
Wow, thank you.
And I'm in area where our friend is going to be coming to visit, my hometown here in the Poconos of Pennsylvania. And I tell you what, man, here shutting down the highway, coming out of school early, and I mean
I can't think there is a connectivity issue, Tony.
You there?
I think I lost you, buddy.
You there?
I can hear you now.
All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, so like I said, I'm in the Poconos where Trump's going to be coming to do his dirty work, and it's just causing havoc on the locals here. I mean, they're shutting down highways, roads, pulling the kids out of school. It is just a nightmare, man.
Wow.
I just want to come and complain and say how much I love your show, but you know, our little town is getting flipped upside down now. Apparently, there's going to be some local protests as well.
Good.
Might want to keep an eye out on that. But yeah, it's pretty frustrating. I actually am going to leave work early so I don't get stuck in the traffic. It's nuts, man.
Good.
You
And
know?
so he's coming out there to tout the success of his A++ economy, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And let me just ask you, you're a regular person in America. What would you grade Donald Trump? Because he's giving himself an A++++.
Hey, be the lowest F you could possibly get, my friend.
Thank you.
Absolutely garbage.
Go Patriots. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, that's all I needed to say. So.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming up here and testifying, and I didn't twist your arm to make you say that, right, Tony? You said that on your own?
Absolutely, man. I'm part of the local protesters here as well. No Kings rallies in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. We've been doing it, putting in the work. You're the man. I love you. I mean, we've been, like I said, I got all the guys in my shop. We listen to you every morning, you know, so
thank you.
What we do here. Big love from northeastern Pennsylvania here from us over here. So.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Well, I'm going to move it on, but ladies and gentlemen, W. Tony in the chat.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Keep up the great work, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Uh-oh. This is going to make all right, let's give him a chance, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a chance. All right. Let's see if he's willing to be honest with me. Go ahead and get him outside. He has to go answer because he's the only one that comes up here as a maggot.
How did I get up here? I didn't even request.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll go ahead and take care of that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye to Tiny Tank Top Tim, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Tiny Tank Top Tim straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I want to try to get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
You're not. You know, it was so funny, ladies and gentlemen. He got in the box. Yeah, the gifting has been suspended another 10 minutes. I don't get it. He got in a box. Whoa, what am I doing here? And Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, I want you to meditate on those words. What am I doing here? But you said it. That should be the question you ask yourself going forward the rest of your natural life, because there's going to be a moment when you go and try to go meet your maker, and then you did not request. I know. It's not you. You're not. No, that's God working on you, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. And it's a reminder where you're heading. Yeah, you are heading towards hell and destruction because of your blind worshiping of this man right here, Donald Trump. And when you get there, you're going to do exactly what you did on my show. What am I doing here? And then God's going to say, you're in the wrong spot. You're going to bend the knee and go straight to hell. And then that's what's going to happen.
Silence, you MAGA.
All right, moving on. Any Trump voters out there that have the courage? Yeah. Anyone out there? Lisa, you don't worship Jesus. Cut it out, Lisa. You do not worship Jesus. Trust me. I know you don't. I've known you. I've seen you on this app, and it's the same story. Same song every day with you. All right. Who do we have next, ladies and gentlemen? Love you as well. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. No, I don't have Venmo. Yeah, gifting is suspended, Ange. I don't know what they're doing on this show. I mean, I've been taken down. Like I understand. I think I think TikTok doesn't. My content is kind of an acquired taste, all right, but it is what it is. It'll be back in a few minutes, though. Let's see how long does it take. We got 5 minutes, I guess. Sapphire, good morning. How are you? Sapphire, are you there? Uh-oh, Sapphire. Wow, we're just, I mean, it is what it is. I don't mind doing the work that it takes to be great, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't. All right, let's move it along. All right, who do we have next, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we have next? All right, good morning. Who do we have? Mark Hughes, are you there? Waiting for guests to join. People voted for Donald Trump loves God. Robert Croy. All right, Robert, you got my attention. Go ahead. Come on up here. Come on up here, Robert. All right. Thank you for the Cash App. I saw I got a nice Cash App. Thank you. I can't read it. I don't know how those other people do it when they read it. That's too much going on over here. But thank you so much for hitting that Cash App. All right. I really do appreciate it. All right, so we have no Trump voters this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we have no Trump voters, and everyone that I'm inviting, everyone that I'm inviting, Robert, I sent you an invite, Robert. Send me a guest request, and I'll bring you up, Robert. Other than that, I don't know what's going on, but I'm inviting these Trump voters to get up here and explain to all of us, why they are so head over heels. Why they are so head over heels. They're embarrassed. And I know that they watch me because, when I go into certain spaces, they all have an opinion about me. And I just say, and I just came to the knowledge, I just came to understand, like, they're very intimidated because they know that what I'm saying is true at the end of the day. And they're making an excuse. Well, I'm listening to Zeus to know what the talking points are on the right. I mean, on the left, so to speak. And I go, no. You're listening to me because you know that I'm right and you're wrong. And that's what's going on. All right. And someone says Tiny Tank Top Tim wants back up. All right, let's see if oops, too late. Appeal not approved. All right, Shank, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, Zeus. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm struggling right now. Am I too mean to the Trump voters? Do you think? I mean, have I scared them away? A lot of people say that I'm too mean.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Shank. Well. Hey, based on your observation right now, what do you think is happening in the country with them right now?
Well, and my name is Shaniqua.
So, Shaniqua, I'm sorry, it's cut off.
Yeah,
on my end, but okay,
yeah, don't worry about it.
Shaniqua, I got you, Shaniqua. My bad. See, I'm wrong.
I think a lot of it is, it's kind of like a spoiled child who's finally realizing that they are going to be held accountable to life. Mm-hmm. And the person that they thought was going to be there for them is no longer there for them. So they're having to deal with a new reality. Yeah. And so with them dealing with this new reality, they don't understand accountability. So as the rest of us have had to understand and deal and grow and figure out things, they're like 50, 60-year-old people who are actually having to figure out how to really not be given anything, because I'm a Black woman.
Yeah.
And I'm a degreed Black woman. 3 of them.
Amen.
Okay? And I work in education.
Talk to them.
But yet and still people will say, well, you're not ready to move up yet, or you're not this, you're not that. But we've learned as the 92% how to go ahead and still be what we are. And that is, we are more than magical. We are smart women. We are very, very, very well educated. And we know how to, even in our disbelief and disgust, we know how to organize. We know how to make sure that things are going to get done. And even with that, we don't have to be out here boisterous about everything. So, that's the biggest thing. And the last thing I want to say is 2 things. Is Jasmine Crockett is running for Senate, my soror. Yes. Ooh.
Amen.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And W's to Jasmine Crockett.
And Pastor Freddie D. Haynes of Friendship West Baptist Church, which is Jasmine Crockett's pastor. He is running for District 30, her House representative seat.
Hey, hallelujah. Go ahead, plug it. And what do people need to do and understand in Texas? What do they need to understand they need to do? What is their responsibility?
Their responsibility is, look at what they have done. Look how Jasmine has really stuck her neck out. Yep. And she's been shunned. People have just talked bad about her. Doesn't matter. She is a person who has just called it like it is. Yeah. And they don't like calling it like it is.
So they need to get out there and vote and uplift the people who are looking out for them and stop falling for the lies that Donald Trump is selling, the MAGA movement is selling. The MAGA movement does an outstanding job convincing people the people that are there to help them are actually there to harm them. MAGA is really good at that. Sort of like they did with FEMA. They convinced a bunch of Trump voters FEMA was going to take their house.
That was silly.
Huh?
That was real silly because, my thing is, when you are in a perilous time, I've been in perilous times before. I'm kind of like Takesha in that I know what it's like not to have. And now that I do have, I try to give back to everybody that I have, and even with giving back to people, sometimes they slap you in the face. But even when people slap you in the face, you can't allow the God that you serve to be put down. You got to keep God in your heart. Your heart has to stay pure. Your heart has to stay where God wants it to be. And just like Takesha comes up here and says the thing, I'll be agreeing with my sister, know. And my thing is that until our hearts get turned away from the lust that we have, not the lust of God, but the lust that we have. A lot of people, they just want to be mean because something happened to them. No. What we have to do as people, we got to learn how to love ourselves first. No, first of all, we need to learn to love God first.
Amen.
Love ourselves and then love our fellow man.
Amen. Talk to him. Thank you, Shaniqua. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
But I wanted to come up here.
I
wanted to come here and say thank you, Zeus. I've been listening to you for a while, and I finally had enough time to stop. So keep doing what you're doing, brother. Yes. Every day I get in, I'll be sending you gifts, and I'm here with y'all.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat for Shaniqua. No lies detected. All right, as you all can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing community out here, folks. You never know who you're going to reach. You never know who you'll impact, but that's why I say it's always good to just be genuine and tell the truth. All right, and W's in the chat for Shaniqua. Lisa, I thought you were going somewhere, Lisa, but obviously, Lisa, it's hard to walk away from Big Zeus, all right, Triple H. I get it. There's no one else out here that's going to really break things down for a lot of you the way that I do. But it's necessary because I understand how much chaos and confusion is going on inside of the MAGA world, the MAGA sphere. W. Rick, are there any Trump voters out there? Go ahead. Any Trump voters, please identify yourselves in the comment section. They don't like it when you call them MAGA. Identify yourselves in the comment section if you're a Trump voter. All right, please identify yourselves. All right, let me see where we're at. Dump Trump already. I'm with you. Yeah. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. All right, we'll do a couple more, then we'll get to some. Let's see. Why is he sending me another request? He wants twice. He can do it twice. I can do it twice. It doesn't matter. There you go. All right. Who do we have here? Super Notch. Good morning. No, we don't got that. Super Notch, it's not working. Let's see. You said no. Wow. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're doing is defeating the demon, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very, very good at this. This is amazing work that I've done. All right, let's move it along, ladies. Let's see. Who do we have here? I've defeated so many of these demons now. I'm just so appreciative of all of you helping to make it possible. Wilbur.
Yes.
Wilbur.
Yes.
How can I help you?
I just want you to know that I love Donald Trump. And I think he's the greatest president ever. And me and my sister were sitting around talking about with our upcoming marriage coming up because we don't want our baby to be born without nuptials. And we're talking about how we're going to take the new Bible like Donald Trump, and we're going to replace wherever it says Jesus, we're going to replace it with Donald Trump because he is our savior. We love him. Greatest president ever.
Hey, Wilbur, bless your heart. Because I don't know if you're joking or not, Wilbur, but bless your heart. You sound very happy with that situation that you've gotten yourself into. I don't know what else I can say to you. If you like it, I guess I love it. How long have y'all been together?
Well, I mean, my sister, she's a little bit older than me, but I think it's going to be a great marriage.
How long have y'all been together, you and your sister? I'm just curious.
She was born 2 years earlier than I was.
And how old are you?
I'm 16.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, Wilbur, you're too young to be on my show, but I'm going to do something that I wouldn't normally do. I feel for you in a lot of different ways, Wilbur, but that's going to get you somewhere. And I don't know about this, ladies and gentlemen. No, Wilbur, you've done enough, ladies and gentlemen. Pure demon. Join me in sending that demon straight to hell. You got to be over. You're too young, Wilbur. And what?
Silence, you
Wilbur.
MAGA demon.
Huge W, Zeus. Y'all see how nice I was? I could have said so many nasty things, but I was giving him a chance. This just proves the maturity level of Wilbur. Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough, Lisa. I get it. All right. If you're a Trump voter, please identify yourselves in the comments section. I've never seen anything like this, ladies and gentlemen. I really haven't seen anything like this in my life. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is a wild live. Wow, this is crazy. Let's see. You all see what's happening right now. We're literally struggling to find anyone out there that's capable. Honestly.
Hi, Zeus. Good morning.
Good morning, Wildcard. How are you?
I'm good. I did notice there's a guy named Ed. I can't say his last name. It starts with a K. He's on here, Brian and Ed. And he has a family. I think he has 2 or 3 children. He's always reporting like you on here. He's a really nice guy. He's always telling people the truth about what's going on. And he said recently he's had people come into his house. He has an outside camera, and they're picking up people coming to his door at midnight. And they're like, I don't know if they're ICE agents or what they are, but they keep coming. And then he did have the FBI come several times. He said, because what's happening is MAGA is starting to put up all this fake stuff about him, like, threats and boom threats, and they're acting like it's coming from him. So he's getting a regular revolving door about all this, and it's really getting irritated. But
so this is happening to somebody on TikTok.
Yeah,
Wow.
Brian and Ed Kinstein or something like that.
I know of them. Yeah, I know of them. Yeah, I don't know. I've never interacted with them, but they've got a lot happening, right? I mean, but that's why I say just be careful out here, right? You got to be careful out here.
And then I wanted to say that, I mean, the whole thing in a nutshell is if MAGA would just, look at themselves as a human being and have a little compassion in their hearts and not just, I mean, for me, I demand truth in my life. If somebody lies to me, even if it's my neighbor or one of my best friends, and I find out that they're lying constantly, I'm going to want them out of my life because, who wants to be affiliated with somebody that lies?
Yeah.
And then on top of it, like I saw that video, which I think is so unpresidential and childish, where he dropped feces on top of all the people that were in the,
The No
peaceful.
Kings. Yeah, the No Kings. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Biden would have been flying around in a jet dropping feces on private protesters that were MAGA, they would have went off the deep end. And this is where, where do you draw the line? They don't have any respect for themselves, much less anybody else.
Right.
And they keep thinking he's doing, like, he'll stand up there and he'd say the economy's doing well, you're doing well, everybody's doing well, the prices are dropping, and they're buying it. But yet when they go to the store,
Wow.
it's still very, very high. And they're like, I mean, what if I sit here and said, okay, MAGA, your bank account has another 50,000 in this tonight at midnight, and tomorrow he's going to put another 50,000 in. You're going to be $100,000 richer. Are they going to believe it?
No. And if they did and you didn't deliver, then they would they'd treat you like you committed a war crime, right? These folks, they're seriously the biggest group of hypocrites we've ever seen.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering if we have this many traitors in the United States. I mean, the brainwashing is. I have a sister that likes Trump. I have a brother-in-law that likes Trump. I mean, my whole family is kind of Trumpers, but lately they ain't talking about it because I think they're starting to see the light, but they won't admit it.
So you're having the problem that I'm having right now, because remember after the election and Donald Trump and JD and all the MAGA movement, they were saying they had a mandate. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Yep.
You're saying that the energy is no longer like that.
Everything's going a little disarray. But the other thing I wanted to tell you that bothered me is, do you remember when Trump was outside before the insurrection? And he was telling everybody, we need to march down to the Capitol and I'll be with you.
Yeah.
Well, just recently, he's trying that same game by talking about Mark Kelly and saying, you know what, these people don't agree with me. They all need to be hung. And this is something that's like he's feeding the little seed of hatred into these absorbent paper towels of dummies.
Yeah.
And that's killing me. Right? That's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, but
they
know it.
What do you mean?
They know what you said right now, that they're basically a bunch of fools, and they're like sponges. They absorb everything he says, and they go out here and they destroy their lives for this man. That's why I say Donald Trump is really running a big circus. He's running the biggest circus any human being has ever ran on the face of the earth, right?
He's a ringmaster of the dummies. Because if you notice, there was somebody on here that asked people that were at a Trump rally if they thought that the ACA marketplace was better than Obamacare. And they all said, yes, they wanted ACA marketplace instead of Obamacare. They don't even know. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And that's just funny as hell to see their education level is like a span of a fly. They gotta wake up.
Listen, W Wildcard. That's an amazing assessment. All right, that's an amazing.
For having me up. I just wanted to share that because I'm noticing a lot of stuff that you guys got to look at. They are not getting anything better.
Nope.
Everything's getting worse.
Yeah. And that's how it's going to be. All right. Now, thank you. All right, we're going to move on to our next panelist. All right, W's in the chat for Wildcard. No lies detected. See, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we've defeated the demons, ladies and gentlemen, and they know it. All right, let's move on to my next guest, Brother Val. Welcome back. How is it going?
Good. Listening to your Trump's little rant this morning on your show, and this a couple things struck me. One. Anybody catch the part where Trump said he had 53 senators and a little over 200 House members?
I
want people to remember there's 435 House members and there's 100 senators.
Correct.
Trump is responsible for all of them. Okay, that's you know what I'm saying. He should be having conversations with all of them. If you want to know what the problem is, there you go. He said it out of his own mouth. He only recognizes 53 senators and a little over 200. His words, a little over 200
But I
House.
took it to mean that he owns those because I think because they, especially in the House, he runs them, right? He owns Mike Johnson, don't you think?
Right, he owns Mike Johnson. The guy that Republicans are saying if they were to revote today for Speaker of the House, he would not win. That's the thing that's going on because he's pulling power from Congress. That's what Mike Johnson's effectively doing, pulling power from Congress. He's upsetting the balance of powers in this country.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that they have. You know what I'm saying? We have to get past and we have to get back under control. The House and the Senate have to be functional.
Yeah.
And right now they're not. Wow. And statements like what he just said, a little bit ago, tell you why they're not. You're not going to have a functioning House. Congratulations to Jasmine Crockett running for Senate in Texas. I saw that last night. I saw a little bit of her speech and everything she went through. And
good.
That's going to be, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be an exciting thing for Texas. I'm not sure what Colin Allrad's doing, but we'll find out, I'm sure soon enough.
I thought he was going to try to run for her House seat. That's what I heard, but I could be wrong.
I'm wondering if he might be trying to run for governor, since we don't have anybody now. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of other options there for him, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, W to Jasmine Crockett, though.
Yeah, W to Jasmine Crockett. W to him for stepping down.
Yeah.
That's a big step. So now there's not going to be a big Democratic fight between, you know what I'm saying, two strong candidates. Instead, right. So that's not going to be a thing. So we'll see how this works out. The seat is going to be, you know what I'm saying? The seat's going to be interesting. I didn't think Jasmine Crockett would have any problem winning her new seat in Dallas. I didn't think that was going to be an issue, but
it's an uphill battle. I hear running for the Senate is a lot different of a challenge.
It is a much different challenge. It's a lot different, and it's going to be a lot different against Cornyn than it would be, you know what I'm saying, the other senator. Yeah. And we'll see how this works out. That's but there's some concerns there, obviously, but we'll see how this works out in the state. I mean, I'm glad the state's giving it a shot, something different, right? So this is what we're doing.
Well, what would you say, honestly, because I was thinking about her campaign and what she's got to do. Any recommendations that you think Jasmine Crockett needs to put in motion, so to speak, in order to pull this off? What do you think?
She's going to have to keep with the message. She's going to have to debate well against Cornyn. Those are the things that are going.
How do you interact with those voters and maybe get some of the independents to let go of following those folks and get behind Crockett?
The independents, I think, are going to fall behind Crockett because of what's happening.
Are you there, Val?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. It's a delay.
Can you hear me?
It's a delay on my end, but I think I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. The voters in Texas are going. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're going to have as much problem with the independents. It's the little bit of number of Republicans we're going to pull through. I think the economic issues in the state are going to help with that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that prices are higher, stuff like that. The education stuff is going to definitely help with that. And, and I think she's going to push on those points. Cornyn's going to be a tougher fight. You know what I'm saying? Cornyn's been around a long time in the Senate in the state of Texas. Yeah. He is known more as he's not as far right as MAGA is. So that's going to be an interesting, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be an interesting battle with her. So it's going to be a race. So we'll see how that, we'll just have to see how this plays out. But, it's going to be a new thing for the state of Texas. We actually have a progressive candidate running. So that's going to be a new thing for the state of Texas. And we'll see if that maybe gets Democrats off the couch. That's going to be the key, right? That's going to be
we want that. Yeah, we want that. And go for it.
Yeah, that's going to be the key to the race, right? Is if Democrats get off the couch. It's not like we don't outnumber the Republicans in this state. We actually do by voter registration. Wow. So that's going to be, it's them getting off the couch.
Good. And if you're a Democrat and a real Republican and an independent, get off the couch and do the right thing for the wonderful state of Texas. All right. Help make Texas a great place to live, because what's going on right now, they're just literally working for Trump right now. and they're only focusing on enriching themselves and robbing you. And that's just how it looks to me. I'm not there, but that's what it looks like.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? The last thing I want to say here is people remember, because I want you to remember the question he would not answer in that whole interview until the very end, and he gave us this stupid A plus 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 plus.
That was so bizarre. Oh my
yeah, that there's nobody in the country buying that. They're really not. You know, Ultra MAGA and the people that we get in here, sometimes you all may try to buy that and sell it, but hey, nobody's buying. And that's going to be a thing for. I have a feeling that's going to be a thing for a while. Y'all are going to have to contend with that reality.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to bring up is, you know, the $2.1 trillion deal he put with Qatar. Well, the BBC has actually done a story on this. So and the BBC and everything, you know, with Qatar and the United Arab Emirates and all that stuff that he worked with over there. You know, trying to say, well, you know, it's a typical thing we see from Donald J. Trump. One, there's no signed binding piece of paper. There's no contract.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's start with that.
Wow.
Two, the estimated most that they figure that BBC figures based on the GDP of those countries that they could spend per year is about, or that they could spend is $92 billion.
Wow.
So there you go. Take your 2.1 trillion. Oh, and you know, he can use that number all he wants to, but here's a real number. 3.1 trillion.
Oh.
For people that don't know what 3.1 trillion is, that's the amount in 11 months that Donald J. Trump has added to our debt.
He's adding to the day in 11. That's a lot of money. But Val, hold on, Val. But he's bringing in record profits with the tariffs, so that doesn't necessarily translate to what you're saying.
Yeah, that's not going to work out. So we'll, guys, no offense, but $300 billion doesn't touch 3.1 trillion.
Wow, what a disgrace. What a disgrace. W Val in the chat. Listen, brother, thank you for bringing the facts. Angus, you think Val is lying, Angus? You think Val is lying? Well, we'll bring Angus up. All right, because you know Angus might be the most. Oh, Angus turned off the ability to accept invites. So Angus, Val is right. Then you can't prove that he's wrong, Angus. So Val is right. You're wrong. All right, brother. Val, listen, thank you.
I'm gonna drop, buddy.
All right, W's in the chat for Val. No lies dejected. All right. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's going on with the gifts, ladies and gentlemen. At this moment, the show is what it is. I'm glad you're all here, though. Do we have any Trump voters that want to come up here? Go ahead. The reason I spend so much time, look at that. Thank you, Heaven. So I don't know what's happening tonight. Something you can send it, something you can't. I guess I don't know. They are working. Okay, good. If not, okay. I'm not going to restart the show because we got to just do what we got to do. Hey, Miss Scorpio, Mr. Scorpio. Okay, yeah, it is crickets. Mr. Scorpio, it is crickets. I've literally, Zola, thank you. I've literally made it a situation on TikTok where MAGA understands that most of the time it's probably best they just sit down and listen to what we're saying and get the information and go back and verify it on their own. And hopefully, like I say, keep walking towards the light, MAGA, all right? And don't get any bright ideas and say, because this is what's tempting to a lot of you. You start walking towards the light and then you took 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, and you go, oh, wow, I'm really great at this. No. You're just learning how to walk, all right? And you were crawling for a while. There's a lot of things you got to learn how to do before you actually can say you're really great at this, MAGA. What's happened is you've been indoctrinated and manipulated for at least 10 years. At least 10 years by Donald Trump, all right? You've heard his voice. You've seen him on TV. You've recognized him. And all you know is trust Trump in Trump. And then you see Caroline Leavitt with the cross, and your pastors are saying things you just so you're now in a space where you have to now realize, and it's hard, that Donald Trump lied to you. Your pastors lied to you. They were manipulated just like you, and it's a sense of betrayal that you're feeling. And I just want to keep telling you, just keep walking towards that light. And you can shout, you can shout, "I hate Zeus" the whole time. You know what that reminds me of, right? When they say, "I hate Zeus," it reminds me. I watched a video. All right, I watched a video. Tara. I watched a video and I sent it to one of my good friends. I think it was you, Kabira, right? But someone sent it to me. Lady, she's getting arrested on the airplane, and the whole time she's getting arrested on the airplane, everyone knows, everyone on the plane knows, if the cops come and get you, where are you going? If the cops come and get you on an airplane, where are they taking you? Does anyone know where the cops are taking you? Because this is a serious question. Does anyone know where the cops are going to take you if, all right, let's see, jail, W in the chat, prison. Thank you, Kabir, right? So I'm watching this video, and I'm like, okay, so I know this is just going to end up in jail. And it's just amazing to be able to watch how it all plays out. And this is a good example of MAGA right now. We all know where this is going to end for a lot of you. What we're doing right now is simply watching the show unfold. She's going to jail. You're getting up, ma'am. Everybody get off the airplane. You're going to jail. Oh, she's going to cry. She's going to pout. She's saying everything. But the whole time she's doing all of that, guess what's happening? One hand goes behind the back. Oh, she's talking a whole lot. She getting walked throughout the airport in shame the whole time, no matter what she does. Oh, she's in the back of the squad car. Oh, she's taking a ride. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like for a lot of you Trump voters. Whatever you saying, however you huffing and puffing, at the end of the day, we know what's about to happen. All right? You're going to either jail or hell. So, yeah, we can do this the easy way. We can do this the easy way, which is you come up here and you tell us what really got you into this situation, or we're going to do the whole thing the cops do when you're on the airplane and you don't want to leave. We're going to drag you out, put you in the back of that squad car. I got rights. I'm an American. And you know what she said? I voted for Trump. Okay, yeah, I don't care. Get in the back of the car. You're going to prison. You're going to jail. So I just thought I just wanted to say that because I want Trump voters to understand, at the end of the day, we see where this is headed. The world sees where this is headed. A lot of you will not make it. Let's bring up my next panelist. I don't got all morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's so easy to do. Let's see. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we got next? Oh my goodness, there's so many. It's amazing. I see so many people in the guest request, but none. I've never seen so many people in the guest request, and none of them, in my opinion, are MAGA. Just MAGA has chosen to remain silent. It's like they've been read their Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Well, I don't want to get into Zeus's live because good morning, Dr. Keisha. How are you doing? I don't want to get into Zeus's live because what ends up happening to me is I get in there and I say something. It just sets the crowd. The last panelist we had, the last person that was MAGA that honestly came up here, it didn't go over so well for him, and I still chuckle to myself about how that happened. All right. I'm sending these invites, ladies and gentlemen. I really am sending the invites, and none of them come up here. So that's W to Big Zeus. I don't know if they're MAGA or not. Who do we have? Miss Mo, good morning. How are you? Accidental request? I got you, Miss Mo. All right. Oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see. All right, who do we got next? I'll bring up my good friend, Brother Q Dog. Welcome, Q Dog. Me and Dame are cool. But I'm right, he's wrong. Good morning, Q Dog. How you been, bro?
Oh man, just recovering from this tendonitis surgery.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're okay, man. Nice
Yeah,
to see you.
take a break for a little bit, from these TikTok streets just to get back in the recovery. But
Good.
yeah, it's amazing how they get real silent. They get real bold when you go to their platform.
Yeah.
But they get real silent when you request them to come here.
Ain't that something?
In particular, where you at, Janae? I'm calling you out. You and your lace front. I'm calling you out. Where you at?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Come on up here. Come on.
Oh my God.
Hey, it's been a few weeks, but I ain't forgot. I haven't forgot.
Is there any room for forgiveness?
No, not with that one. Yeah, there's certain demons that you just have to put to the side and just wait to see what happens with them. You know, they get real. They pump their chest and get real brave when they around they little MAGA peers. You know, talking all that. Who I can't even remember that fool's name. The one that always tell folks to shut up, no matter if they a man or a woman.
I have no clue. It's all of the conservative men do that, in my opinion. They don't have any problem.
Yeah, they stay on their little platforms and be the bully on their block, but they scared to come back around the corner to where we at. Get out your comfort zone. Come on back around here and have a real conversation.
Yeah.
Don't get all big and bad when you around your people and you can block and drop folks and mute and do all that. But when we bring you around to us, you silent.
Yeah.
We know you down there in the chat creeping. Being real silent. Have that same energy. Bring that same energy up here. Waiting on you every day.
They don't.
Every day Zeus asks for you to come up on a panel. He ain't got no fear to come to your panel because he knows what he's dealing with. But it's amazing how y'all get real silent. Y'all talk all this mess about Zeus and anybody that's affiliated with him. Y'all got all this energy on y'all platform, but when it comes time to come over here, y'all want to stay in the background. Y'all want to stay in the darkness. No, don't bring me up there. Why? What you hiding? What are you hiding?
These economic numbers that Donald Trump has got. They're hiding Donald Trump's report card.
They come up here and they want to talk any day, and a lot of times I'm not even gonna hold you. I want to come in there, but I know they're not gonna bring me up. Yeah. So I'll see you in the live. I'll sit back. I'll send a request, but they know who I am. They're not gonna bring me up there because they know they don't want that wrath to come their way. Especially when they try to come at you with everything they got and you still hold your own.
Tell them, Q-Dog. You're right, bro. You're right. Because I know with the right, like I said, it's an example of the woman getting taken to the police station for messing up on the airplane. We know how this is going to end. They're going to fight it. They're going to scream, but they still going to get drugged right into the back of that little paddy wagon and taken down to the station at the end of the day.
We sat there and told y'all. You see that video? I sent you that video about the one I believe it was Somalia.
Yeah, the Somalians.
Yeah, the Somalian, and he begging, "Oh, please, Mr. Trump, please help us." For that. No, we sat back and told y'all, and it came out of his mouth. He's like, "I don't even want them in this country."
They're
but
garbage.
y'all still putting that little pad down for you to kneel down at his feet. Make it make sense. Oh, yes, a massa. Hasbe's a good one for you, massa. He telling you clear to your face. He's been telling you. I don't know what part y'all don't get, what y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
I really don't. And then y'all want to get mad at us for trying to tell you. You get mad at the wrong one. The one that Ted says that I don't want you in the country, you give him all the praise and all the glory. And he didn't mean it that way. But when a person that really cares about you try to inform you and tell you what's going on, you want to bring all the heat and beef towards us.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
It'll never make sense to us because we're free thinking individuals. We're not in the clowns in the makeup outfit.
They the one that's showing they clownness right about now. Yeah. We see it bright as day, Zeus, every day, all day.
Yeah.
And then now they want to play victim. Don't play victim now. Keep that same energy you had back in November of last year.
Amen.
Keep that same energy.
Tell them.
You're going to sit back and still eat that popcorn.
Amen.
And watch your demise.
Tell them. Hit them with it. Listen, brother. As always, it's a pleasure to check in with you. All right.
Definitely, bro.
I think we have a delay, but W's in the chat for my brother Q Dog. All right. No lies detected. See how this works, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, this whole show, salute to you. This whole show has just been a total annihilation of the MAGA movement, and it's a pleasure to have done it. Let's see. Who do we have next? All righty then. All right. Let's see. Who do we have next? All right. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Lady. Welcome, lady. Lovey-dovey. All right. You're welcome. Oh, Kimmy's out there. You brought Kimmy in here, Q-Dog. Cut it out. All right, you brought Q-Dog in here.
Hey, my friend.
Good morning, Shay. How are you?
I am good. Yesterday I was just talking about women's rights and stuff, but today I really, when we look at the fact that he has bailed out the farmers now twice, I'm just curious. If he's bailing out the farmers every time, how is he good for the economy? Can anybody answer this question?
They can't.
I mean, Kimmy, 84.2, like you're chasing us down, calling me all kinds of names and stupid posts that Janae wants to make about me and what I have to say on Zeus's show.
Really, Kimmy, you know better, Kimmy, please.
I have messages for you guys. You guys claim you don't listen. You claim that this show is a clown show, is fake news, he's a grifter, Shay's a grifter. I mean, when has Zeus ever asked for gifts? And all the times that I've been in here, this man has never even asked us to tap the screen.
I don't.
He doesn't ask for gifts. He doesn't say I have a gift goal. He doesn't do any of that the entire time he's up here. Now, I'm not bashing on those that run lives that are asking people to tap and have gift goals. I'm not asking that. I'm not going against that. Do your thing. Get your coin. Right? Get your coin. I'm good with that. That's what this app is about for many people. We lost a really great creator, Mishi, because her children got unaliving threats. They got doxxed. It's not worth it to her family to debate because MAGA is demented and they're violent. And so we lost her, but she is making coin on TikTok shop. Go, girl, go. I bought some things from her.
Go,
do your thing. Get your game. But what I don't understand is you guys sit there and say that he's a grifter when he's not even asking one time for us to gift him. Not one time. Then you go and say stupid stuff, Kimmy, like he's got a Nike deal because he wears Nike paraphernalia. I mean, why do you wear the Nike hat and the Nike shirt, Zeus? You want to tell us why you choose to do that? No, you're not getting paid by Nike.
Because I like... Yeah, well, it's a G1 classified information, Shay, to be quite honest. But it actually helps me look good. I look good in whatever I wear. I really do. I didn't always wear Nike, but I said, you know what? You're physically fit like Big Zeus is. I mean,
it's your workout gear that you chose, right?
Whoa!
Oh my God!
Yes,
W
Kabira.
See?
That scared me. It popped in my ear.
Oh, whatever, Kimmy. No judgment. He's making his coins. BS. You literally said, Shay, you're smart enough to know he's got a brand deal. No, he doesn't, because I'm smart enough to know you're full of crap.
Thank you, Shay.
You guys pick on a man, but yet you're here every day. And then you get mad at anything I have to say. I don't come into your lives and debate you and say, oh my God, what you're saying about Obama being, I don't do that. But yet for some reason, Janae and her friends decide, I don't like what Shay had to say. And so I'm going to make a whole stupid video about it. Hey.
I mean,
because you can't talk about facts. You cannot talk about facts. You can't talk about the economy. You can't talk about the fact, that he's a brilliant leader. I talked about the fact that he's sleeping in cabinet meetings. Show me one picture where Biden was ever sleeping in the middle of a cabinet meeting or an Oval Office meeting. You guys find him little clips where he's blinking and it looks like he's sleeping.
Yeah.
Joe Biden is never on camera sleeping.
Wow.
Show me a video where he's sleeping. Show me in the press where he is dead asleep, but we can show you a lot with Trump. But y'all are trying. You're trying hard, and I get it. It's like Zeus has said, they're putting the handcuffs behind your back and you're still fighting it.
That's how I look at MAGA. They're a bunch of clowns in a circus, and they don't understand how this is all going to work out at the end of the day. Like, I've been to a circus several times, all right?
Yeah.
The clowns aren't running it. The clowns aren't running the circus, trust me. All right, you're a part of the act, and in a lot of places, people are scared of the clowns. But Shay, you know what? I'll say this. They call me all kinds of things. And all it does is strengthen my resolve. We're going to continue to do what we've done. The most successful thing that I believe, accomplished as a community is we've been a part of bringing Donald Trump's poll numbers back to hell, right?
Yeah.
We've brought those poll numbers that were way up there. I don't know how on earth they got there, but since he's gotten into office, I would say, we've parked him very well. And so I want to give all of you in the community, especially, Shay, you too, we get up here.
We do.
And we have to do the dirty work of listening to Donald Trump and pointing out all the lies every day, so that folks that don't get to follow politics the way that because people are very, very busy. And I knew this once I started. They're busy and they don't get to keep up with all the little nuances of what's happening. And so it's very easy if you didn't know he said it maybe on the 5 days ago. Yeah, I'll release the footage. And then 5 days later, he says, I never said that. See, if you haven't been following it, then you just go off of what he just said recently. So what we do is we bring it all back and help people to understand this is serious stuff. There's serious consequences for putting a dangerous person in the White House like Donald Trump.
Right. They're releasing the footage of the first strike, but they won't release. Why not, Kimmy? Since you're in here and since you want to make comments, then get up here and answer the questions, right? If you're so damn smart and you know everything, then get up here and answer questions. Right? Because I want to know why they won't release that footage. And now, why haven't they released the Epstein files? He promised he would be transparent. This is the most transparent president, right? But he refuses to be transparent. And you guys are falling for it. Yeah. Well, why do American citizens need to know about all of this? Like, we're not supposed to be privy to all this information. Like, that's what you're falling for. But I grew up in a day and age where the President of the United States got on national TV and did an announcement from the White House, from the Oval Office. And it was an address to the nation anytime he was going to attack people. Anytime that there was a response that had to be made. You think, FDR, when the Pearl Harbor happened 84 years ago, right? Yeah. On December 8th, what did he do? He got in front of Congress when TV was barely a thing, but it's on recorded video of saying and announcing that we are going to war. Yeah. Presidents do inform us. He is not our king. He is not a king. He's not a monarch. He's not a dictator, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He is our employee. He is to inform us on what's going on.
Thank you. Well, listen, Shay, you brought up some very good talking points, and it's a great way to kind of wrap things up. But I wanted to ask
I appreciate it, man.
Is there a point in your mind right now, or are we even close to it, where we'll be able to come together with MAGA?
I don't know. I would think a lot of them know, but I do think a lot will wake up. I mean, when you lose Marjorie Taylor Greene, you've got a problem. When you get people, and I'm seeing, like I talked about Milo, you talk about Tim Pool, you talk about, Joe Rogan, you talk about even Nick Fuentes, which I can't stand, white supremacist piece of, what.
Candace
and, all of them, they're really starting to say, we've been lied to. This is not what they said they were running on.
Yeah.
What is going on here? And they're asking a lot of the hard Candace Owens, exactly, Maureen, There's a lot that are coming out going, this is not what he said. He's not America first, obviously. He's Trump first.
Yeah.
It's clear. And you guys, we were debating in Roxy's live with, like, okay, like, let's talk about the grifting. Why are y'all okay with this? The amount of money. Where's Jared? What is, I'm going to end with this. What office does Jared Kushner hold within the administration? His first administration, he had an office title, right? Now, he didn't have security clearance. He couldn't get security clearance.
Yeah.
But y'all weren't fussy about that. But what's his title now? Because he's out there representing the Trump administration.
Grifter.
Grifter, yeah, grifter in chief.
Out there. Someone, yeah.
Where is it? But MAGA, why aren't you calling this out? But Biden, but Hunter in Burisma when he was VP. He was on the board of a company in Ukraine when he was VP that he was qualified to be on because he's an attorney, and he's been on other boards. But nowhere in there was he part of the cabinet. Nowhere in there was he grifting for the family. None of that's been proven. But yet they're grifting right in front of you, and you don't care.
But they care about Big Zeus. They care about Big Zeus and how much he's getting.
Yeah, they care about you and I and what we have to say. Yeah, it's crazy.
And this is the hypocrisy. And then I guess I'll move on. But the hypocrisy I have is this: if they see you, a brother like me, or anyone else out here on TikTok, getting people to support them because it's work to get out here. They'll sit there and label you a grifter, right? But then, if you're not making any money, they'll say you're lazy. Isn't that something?
Well, yeah, that's a crazy.
You're lazy. That's how they act. You need to do something with your life. You need to do something with your life. And then you do something with your life, and they go, "Oh, now that's now you did something I didn't think you could do. I have a problem with what you're doing there." These folks.
Well, exactly. Exactly. And real quick, Wilbur is on the left. He's always in Janae's live debating with him.
Got it. I figured that, but I had to play along because Wilbur can't outdo me. All right. And so Wilbur, you got to strike.
No, I know, but I don't know if anybody else had a problem with this. I didn't like that he came up and put on an accent of a certain mentality. I didn't like that. I know you're trying to make fun of Trump supporters, but we need to be really careful what we're doing there. So just FYI, don't do that, please, Wilbur.
Well,
I thought it was important. I thought that was, listen, I get it. He is a friendly. I just think it's not okay, right? Like we don't want the R word used anymore, correct? So let's be real careful, guys, on what you're trying to do, and let's just get up here. Let's not make fun of MAGA. Let's talk facts, guys. Let's talk facts.
Yeah. Well, I'll say
I don't think that's making fun.
I was justified. I think there's a delay, but I was justified in sending them straight to hell. But to your point, I wouldn't. I mean, if you come in here and I just have a sense that it's a MAGA forces. And you know what, Shay? Maybe it was a MAGA force that got into him. So you got to leave that.
Probably. Well, he's in those rooms a lot. He probably got infected.
Yeah. Maybe you got to dial it back a little bit on that then, Wilbur, all right? Because sometimes the spirit will jump from one person onto you, all right? Well, listen, Shay, thank you so much.
Exactly.
I appreciate you.
All right, man. Love you so much. Thank you, everyone in the kingdom. Appreciate you. And you don't have to gift me, but I appreciate it. We're not asking for it, but I know it's your show of love. See, that's the problem, Kimmy. With these people, we care about human beings. We care about each other. And that's how we show to each other, knowing that we take the time to educate or to expand upon or ask questions or whatever it is. And that's what this room is. And y'all don't have any room like this on your side. Nope. And that's the problem you're having.
That's real spill.
All right, love you all in the kingdom.
All right, thank you, Shay. Thank you, Shay. That's real spill, ladies and gentlemen. That's real spill coming from my good friend Shay. Oh my God. All right, hold on. All right, Poetivity, you said you had something you needed to say real quick. I brought you up here. What do you got for us?
Well, I wanted to address first, like, why do they care if you, I mean, even if you were outright, like I've seen some creators, they're like, yeah, I'm a grifter, and they get gifts all the time and, good for them, And good for you. You're here every day doing hard work. Like, you deserve rewards for all the hard work you do. You keep up on the news, you prepare the show, you make music for the show, you do all these things.
She's right.
Like, and we love watching you. Like, look how many people are in your show all the time. So that's a big deal. And the other thing is, you know, Christians, so-called United States right now, are acting like they're righteous, want to create a white society. Why then did God, everybody, make 7 billion people that aren't YT and only 1 billion that are? Like, it kind of seems to me like the great replacement theory is maybe God's plan.
Amen, amen. Go ahead. Positivity. And they know that.
Yeah.
They know
it's like, come on.
I appreciate it, all right?
All this hate is wrong, and it's not Christian, and it needs to stop. And thank you for the work you do every single day.
Amen. Amen. I think there is a delay on my end. I don't know what it is, but W Positivity. All right, and then we're going to move it on because Big Zeus does have to get up out of here. All right, but yeah, it's acting up on my end. I don't want to say this, but thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what an incredible show. That's my good friend Poetivity, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give her a huge round of applause. All right, I think we've destroyed enough. I want to give every single person out there in the audience that tuned in today a huge round of applause. Yeah, it's glitching, all right? Without you, this show wouldn't be what it is. Entertaining, engaging, and very, very educational. I know it's those things because even my critics and my detractors, they come in here and they get some of the kibble we hand out. And believe it or not, you know, a rising tide does lift all boats. And to the certain degree, that does mean there are some people who are in the cult. I gotta say, you know what? They might end up getting blessed, honestly. Tootie, thank you. Look at this. Tiny Tanks out, Tim. I think I saw DJ. I saw Dame. I've seen all of the characters out there, but they come in every day because they understand this is a good thing we're doing. But they're also, but on that note, I also got to give one last round of booze and shame. And this goes out to every single one of the Zeus haters out there, and they know exactly who they are. They watch me in the shadows. You know, TikTok has a feature. It tells you how many people are shadow watching you, right? I looked today, it was 198 of them. 198 people shadow watching Big Zeus, which tells you they understand I'm up and they're not. Join me in sending these Zeus haters, everyone, you know who they are. Join me in sending them straight to hell. Yeah, DJ does love me, but he got to get his heart right. He got to get his heart right. Yeah, W Zeus. If you love me, then you gotta keep my commandments. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.
Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up. Get injected with some power.
Hey!
Pull some strings.
Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Came from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top. There's no energy, president for walk the ops. Drip too saucy, got the fit, real different. 1600 on the throne,
Out here looking brilliant. No skeety A, I'm the go for sharpen blade. For attacks, make these clowns big for all the shade. Hey, let's go.
Got the game in the choke. You the block.
Now my legacy's hitting if we spoke. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your morning. It's laggy. I can't see up on it. It's flat. I'm assuming it was a gift. Thank you. But they cannot cut the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Got my foot on the gas. W. Cincinnati. Presidential flex, got my game on my necklace.
Level up, we taking over the spot. Drip too clean, get it poppin'. We ain't gon' never stop. No one caught me lit. Here, go on the 1,000, 1,600.
Let's go. Let's go. W, Lady Boss. Yeah, thank you. Love you too. W's in the chat for Curtis. 1600, I'm the one flexing. I'm the new successor. You like that, Heaven? December 25th. December 25th. 1600 Pennsylvania drop. It's going to be a Christmas special. If all goes as planned, all right? And we'll move on to the next project. Let's go. Like I'm reading out of some ops trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. W Heaven, W and W Curtis. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow. Same Zeus done. Same Zeus channel. Like I'm reading out of some. Cut that. I knew you'd get that. Yeah, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of your morning. We're out of here.